Our next speaker is with MANNA Food Co-op. Wendy Gordon and Ed Gerke are here. I think Wendy's making her way up. And they're going to be talking about what they've been working on to bring a food co-op to the Lakes region. Thank you, Wendy.
Good morning. Wow, this is so awesome to be able to have a gathering like this with so many wonderful people this early in the morning, and it was snowing out. It was beautiful this morning. And I'll tell you what, we live in a fantastic, wonderful community. I love Detroit Lakes. And the great thing about what's happening in our city and in our community is it just keeps getting greater. And so what I wanted to do was just thank so much the former speaker here for what he was doing. I was actually gonna, as he was speaking, some of the things that he was using in his slides, I was like, wow, this like fits right into what I'm gonna be talking about and sharing about what we're gonna be doing in our community. And I love this banner right here, growing healthy communities together. That's a huge part of what we're doing here with what we're gonna be opening in Detroit Lakes. How many, I just want to show up hands, how many of you have heard that we are going to be opening a food co-op in Detroit Lakes? Ah, that's awesome. That's like over 50%. I'm super excited about that. But for those of you that haven't heard about it, I'm glad that you're here so you can, because you definitely want to be a part of this. So I just want to share a little bit about my background and the testimony of how this all came about. My name is Wendy Gordon. And the Lord laid it on my heart over a year and a half ago to open a co-op here in Detroit Lakes. I've lived in Detroit Lakes since I was 10 years old, and we have never had a food co-op in Detroit Lakes. We have had health food stores, but we've never had a co-op. People that don't know what a co-op is, I'll explain that to you. The difference between, what I explain it like is like in a nutshell, a co-op is like a health food store, except that it is not owned by one business owner, it's owned by its members. So there's a big difference with being able to be a part of a co-op in that one person isn't responsible and that the whole community gets to be involved with this store. So what we're going to be doing is, well, I'll just explain a little bit of my background first. And I was a dental hygienist for 13 years. And then as I started to see my patients have more and more health concerns and health issues, I thought, you know what, I want to work with the whole body. So I went back to school to Concordia and got my bachelor's degree, and I am now a registered dietitian. I was a dietitian for 9 years. And when this happened, where I thought about what was going on in our community with the movements and things that have happened with health and wellness, we've seen so many fads and diets come in and out throughout America, and you see them come and you see them go. What we're seeing now with health and wellness is not a fad, it is a movement. This is not going to go away. This is something that is exponentially increasing. People are having a desire more and more to know, where is my food coming from and what is in my food? So as I started seeing this expansion of people wanting this for themselves and becoming a lifestyle, is I started seeing people going to other areas outside of our community to get these things that they were wanting for a healthy lifestyle. So you started seeing people go to Fargo for the health food stores that are in Fargo. People are going to Trader Joe's in the cities to get their stocking up and getting their health food needs and supplements, things like that. Azure Standard is a big company out of Montana. They actually do semi-truckloads of natural food sources. They come to a Community Alliance parking lot, and I was a part of that, and we would get our sources from there. But all of these monies that people were putting into a lifestyle of health and wellness, I saw this all going outside of our community. I am on the board of our Lakes Area Farmers Market. So for 2 years, as I was being involved with the farmers market, I was listening to the farmers and how they were saying at the end of the season, they were producing more than what they had the capacity to sell. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, this is a problem. We have local area farmers that are growing more than what they can sell, and we have all these consumers in our community that are going outside our community to buy these things and spending their money elsewhere. We need to fix this problem. And so when this happened a year and a half ago, and This was laid on my heart. I prayed for a whole year before I told anybody. I just prayed about everything, from the location to the people, to the storefront, to the cash register, to the cooler. Then it was about 6 months ago that we put together a visionary team. And we have 5 amazing people that are on this visionary team. 3 of them are here, Ed Gerke, Trudy Goodspeed, and Brenda Brooks. They're in the back by our table. And what we did was we started putting feet in action to this vision that we had. So what we did was we laid the foundation of what needs to happen for a food co-op to come into our community. So these foundational pieces are laid now. And the vision for this is going to be amazing, of what we're going to be able to have now here in Detroit Lakes community. So what we are going to do is we are going to be able to have an actual retail location where we are going to be able to supply produce and all the things that people grow and make here in our area right in a retail store. When I told and talked to the farmers about this opportunity, they were ecstatic about it. They were so excited about the opportunity to be able to grow food and the things that they provide for our communities right here. And in turn, we're going to be able to support our local farmers. So the store itself, the vision of the store is that we're going to have a retail store. And what we're going to have in that store is we're going to have produce that is grown by our local farmers. And then also what we're going to have is also products that people make in this community and surrounding areas. We have people that are actually making goat soap, lotions. They're pouring their own essential oils. It is amazing, the gifts and talents of things that are being able to be produced and grown right here in our area. Now we are going to be able to have a store that is going to supply this to our community. The other things that we're going to have in our store are supplements and essential oils. And along with having that part of our store, what we're going to have is a juice bar, a deli, a cafe, a community education center, and a commercial kitchen. So what we have here is a resource center. And as I've been in health and wellness, I started seeing this health and wellness movement growing. So what we saw in our community is we started seeing pieces of health and wellness pop up in all different aspects of it. We saw worksite wellness programs being started. So the big part of that is people were being educated about health and wellness, getting excited about it. But the pieces, we have recreational sites, just like Detroit Mountain, which is amazing that we have that. So we have the recreational piece. So we had certain pieces of this that have started to rise up in our community. But the one thing that we do not have yet is that store to be able to provide the nutrition and the education, all these pieces that we need to be able to support the other things that we have now in our community. So when you look at this resource center, I started seeing too that there were pieces that were missing. So I'm just going to give you an example of how this resource center looks and how it would work. Say someone, all of us are at different levels and stages of our journeys in a healthy lifestyle. So what you do is you're going to be able to come into this resource center and say whatever stage you're at, you want help with your, say your mother was just diagnosed with cancer, your father had a triple bypass, something, whatever stage you're at, you just want to eat healthier. To be able to come into this store, I'm just going to give you an example of how this is going to be a complete look of how we can help and support people with a healthy lifestyle. So we're going to start with the education room. And say I would do an education piece on how to make the most delicious, nutritious smoothie. And I would go through and explain to you what are the components that you put in that smoothie, and explain to you what are those pieces that you put in and how does it affect your body. That's the educational piece. Then what we're going to do is take you from that classroom setting of being able to be educated and understand that piece and take you right into the commercial kitchen and actually show you how to make it. That's a piece that is missing so many times that I've seen is, doesn't matter how great a lecture or seminar it is that you go to, if you do not have within your hands how to make this and implement this in your life, you lose it. So being able to go into the commercial kitchen and show you hands-on, this is how you do it at home. This is exactly how it's going to taste. So then from that piece, we're going to take you right into the store and be able to supply you with the products that you just made in the kitchen, learned about what it's going to do for your body, and send you home with support. So what this is finally doing is these are putting all these pieces together of education, hands-on, the resources, and then sending you home with support. So that's the vision. This is obviously going to happen in stages and phases. So what we're looking at right now is we are trying to find a location that we can start MANNA Food Co-op. Commercial real estate is pretty sparse here in Detroit Lakes, and to find the actual perfect location, we're trying to find that. So we've been looking for a location of where we're going to be starting MANNA Food Co-op. The part that we need from our community is that this store is owned by its members. So how a co-op works is you pay $150, and that's the membership owner fee. That is not per month, that's not per month, that's not per year, that's $150, and you are a member owner of this store. And how that looks is you have one share, one vote, one stock. So you have just as much as I have in it, or Jennifer, or Bonnie, any one of us that are members of this co-op. We all share in the decisions that we make, in the products that we want in our store. That's what's so amazing about a co-op, is the community effort that we have together to live healthier and have these resources that we need here. To give you an example of how excited our farmers are, when I told them about this, they were asking me, okay, Wendy, this is what I grow. I had farmers come up to us and say, what is it that isn't being grown, and I will grow it for our community. This is the excitement and the passion that our local farmers have to be able to support and be a part of this. We had an open house in October to tell our community that we were opening this. We had over 200 people show up at our open house at the library. So the support and what we can do, the other part of this is sustainability. Our food travels over 1,200 miles on an average to get to where it is that it's going to be sourced. We really need to look at if our trucking system at any time breaks down, we have 3 days food supply in our community. We want to change that. We have local farmers, and people say, well, Wendy, we live in Minnesota. How often, how long is our growing season? The really exciting thing is that we now have farmers that have high tunnels, where they're being able to grow foods in much longer growing seasons. We actually have a farmer that's in the lead of the United States within our region, and he is growing pears, peaches, and nectarines all year round. So it is amazing what is happening, and we are super excited to be opening MANNA Food Co-op here in Detroit Lakes. Please support us and be a member of this. We have a booth right back there for you to become a member owner by filling out an application. And I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. We're excited to be able to be opening in our community. Bless you.
I know Wendy had a ton more to talk about. She's got a great YouTube video, so if you're looking for more information, make sure to talk to them during our break or afterwards. If you're looking at cards, they've got an office at M-State in their BES, so a great way to connect if this is something that you're passionate about or have an idea for them. Next, I want to welcome up Essentia Health. Christy Brinkman and Brendan are here to share some of the new developments and new things going on at Essentia Health. Thank you, Christy.